Any other questions? Q&As? Advice? Why what? Are you saying that as you're walking out? No. Come back. Really? Oh. Are you going to go sell your mixtapes from your car outside after this? Really? Okay, Rick Rosselis. Look like a broke-ass blood. Man, it's fucking Philadelphia. You talking about Bloods for? Where are you from? St. Louis? That's why I know you're from St. Louis, because I can't understand the fucking words you're saying. All right. Thanks for time traveling from 1999. Yeah, fuck Nelly.
Please welcome to the stage, David James.
All right, how's everybody doing? Any germaphobes in here? Germaphobes, yeah? Yeah, I became a germaphobe and it kind of messed up my sex life. Yeah. Yeah. So I was hooking up with this girl, right? And she did something I wasn't prepared for. We're like making out, and then all of a sudden she stuck her finger in my mouth. Now, I know a lot of you are looking at me like, David, of all the things that can be surprisingly stuck in your mouth, finger's not that bad. But if you're a germaphobe and a borderline hypochondriac, it's a terrifying experience. Because for her, it's a sexy thing. For me, it's like an instant panic attack on the inside. On the outside, I'm trying to look cool so I don't ruin the mood, you know? But on the inside, I'm like, oh my God, did she go to the bathroom today? Was it number two? I think I'm dying. I have every disease. Oh my God, maybe she's in a bowling league and she never told me about it. Oh my God. Maybe she's in a bowling league. I didn't sign up for Obamacare this year. I don't have any health insurance. I think I have AIDS, cancer, Ebola, COVID in my mouth. There's AIDS, cancer, Ebola, COVID in my mouth. Now that's me on the inside. Well, on the outside, I'm trying to play it cool because I don't want to look like a sissy. So I'm just laying there for 30 minutes straight with a finger in my mouth like it's a thermometer. You know, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Just laying there like an idiot going, She got mad. She's like, you're supposed to suck it and be sexy. I'm like, no, I don't want to suck it, no. And then she got mad and she shoved it in further at that point. And here's the thing. She used to play college basketball, so these long-ass freaking Shaquille O'Neal fingers. So now I'm laying there having a panic attack like 6.5 inches deep. Sitting there going, stop it, And that's not a noise you should be making as a grown-ass man, okay? Unless you have a boyfriend or you're making some money by a dumpster. I guess what I'm trying to say is I'm a romantic type of guy. You know, I believe in romance, yeah. I think romance sucks nowadays because ladies, you have too many high expectations. Yeah, you do. Yeah. That's the voice of a single woman. Yeah. Too many high expectations, ladies. Yeah, that's why I'm jealous of old guys. All you had to do was show that you were negative for polio and you got in there. Nowadays, women have this thing. Have you heard about this, people? Have you heard about this new thing that women have? It's called like self-esteem and self-worth. Have you heard about this? It's hard to try to date a woman nowadays. I'll go on a first date and start getting all this trash talk to me, you know? Like, I'm special. I am special. You need to treat me like the queen I am. I am a queen, warrior, Amazon goddess, mermaid of the sea. You need to treat me like the queen I am. I am a goddess. I am special. No, you're not. Your name's Jennifer. You're from Camden. Shut up. So, queen of Camden, New Jersey. You're stealing your neighbor's Wi-Fi signal. You're not a queen. Yeah, just be happy I took you to the Chinese buffet and you're not paying for it. Yeah, put some respect in this Groupon. Hate when someone tries to set you up in a relationship. Isn't that the worst, right? They try to set you up with a friend of theirs, like on a blind date. You know what that is? That's just them trying to hot potato a psychopath out of their life and put this annoying person with you. That's all it is. Yeah, like my friends, they hooked me up with this woman, right? And I didn't know that all of her past relationships were guys who were straight out of prison. And I was her first non-felon date, but no one told me about this, so on our first date, I got to deal with the ghost of felons past on the first damn date. All these angry accusations and stuff I got nothing to do with. We're sitting at a dinner table, she's like, you ever been to jail before, huh? You got a bunch of kids you're going to make, but you can't pay for, huh? You going to hit me in the head with a frying pan if I try to talk during the Eagles game, huh? You gonna leave me one of them white bitches, huh? And I'm like, no, probably, yes. Yeah. Came single after that. I got dumped at a weird place one time. I got dumped at a Nubian Soul urban poetry jam. Yeah, it's a true story. And here's the thing, I don't think it was my fault. It might have sort of been my fault a little bit, but I blame the poet, okay? Because I was there to hear some, strong woman poetry, and then she ran out of black references, and I couldn't stop laughing. So here's the thing, I might have sort of ended up laughing at a domestic violence poem. But hear me out, okay? So she starts off really strong, right? She's like, black man from the sky. Thought you were my king, turns out you were the king snake, brother. Thought you were the lion king, turns out you were the lion king. As your fist came down from the sky, straight to my eye water, I cried these mahogany tears. You told me to shut up, but I'm gonna put up your sticky lies of syrup, okay? Love we supposed to be making, but you broke my heart like too much bacon. Mrs. Buttersworth did not know her worth, but now she does, and she is a strong-bottled black woman, okay? You say, Angel Mama, I say, nah, brother, Aunt Jemima, I will not stay. Then I started laughing, right? I was like, first I feel bad for you, now I just want to go to the IHOP. I don't know what just happened. Any single people in here? Single people? Yeah, that same lady? All right. I think they set her in the thirsty section. So one girlfriend I had, she was an African girl. And the thing that sucks about dating an African, if you're an African American, there's a lot of pressure to go back to Africa. Africans are always trying to get you to go back to Africa to get in touch with your roots. So I said, okay, let's go during the fall. And she goes, oh, we can't go during the fall. That's kidnapping season. What? She said it all nonchalant like it was fall. You know what I mean? Like it was a season. I was like, what do you mean kidnapping season? She goes, oh, don't worry, you just negotiate with him. I was like, I don't know how to negotiate with an African terrorist. What are you talking about? I've never taken African kidnapping seminars. Right? Like, the only thing I've ever learned about negotiating taxes is what I learned from Bugs Bunny cartoons as a kid. I'm not sure if that applies in real life. Because Bugs Bunny was a genius. He can get himself out of anything. Like, the African kidnapper come up to me, he'd be like, get in the van, it's kidnapping season, get in the van. And I'd be like, friendship season. Kidnapping season. Friendship season. Kidnapping season. Kidnapping season. Friendship season. Oh. I see what you did, David. Very good. You can go. Very good. Yeah. I do comedy because I have a crappy college degree. Anybody else in here? Crappy college degree? Yeah, you, man? Yeah. Anybody else agree with me that college universities are the biggest ripoff in America right now with the student loans? Yeah, it's the biggest ripoff in America, right? And they hustle you in two ways. The first hustle is they show you that college brochure so they think your kids are going to be like better people if they go there. And every college brochure is like the most woke thing you've ever seen nowadays. They have like every kid is like an LGBTQ kid. They got a white kid. They got a black kid. They got an Asian kid. They got a Jewish kid holding hands with a kid from Palestine. They're all playing Frisbee, reading textbooks, and they all have Black Lives Matter shirts on. And you're like, I want to send my kid there. That's going to be a good person when he's done with that school. But how about the after college brochure? Show me that. What these kids are going to be like 5 years from now, right? When they have $100,000 in student loans and they're still living at home and they're 42. You know what I mean? Where's that brochure? What about the brochure where they all quit their jobs and start an OnlyFans site? You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. Show the after brochure. Yeah, and here's how they really hustle you. They charge you the same amount no matter what degree you get, but they know the degrees aren't actually worth the same. Like an engineering degree should not cost the same as a social work degree because they're not worth the same, right? But they charge you the same. This is how it goes if it was fair, right? You'd be like, hey, I want to be an engineer. That's $60,000 a year. What else you got? Well, I'm looking in the clearance rack over here. We got art major, we got social work. We got an English degree, $2,000 a year. You want one of those? It's like, yeah, that sounds fair. I'll take one of those. Because think about that. If you went to Best Buy tomorrow and they had the college policy, you would never go to Best Buy again. If you went to Best Buy tomorrow, I'd be like, hey, how much is that iPad? $1,000. How much is that Etch-a-Sketch? $1,000. Does the iPad come in red and have knobs? No. Ugh! I'll take the Etch-a-Sketch. Now your dumbass is walking out of Best Buy with a $1,000 Etch-a-Sketch. It's exactly what an English degree is. They should at least give you a warning on your graduation day that your degree isn't going to be worth anything and you're going to be broke for the rest of your life. Like as soon as you walk across the stage, they give you the diploma. Like, oh, Mr. James here, huh? Sociology major. Alcoholism, enterprise rent-a-car assistant manager. Get the hell out. I live in the city of Philadelphia for now until I can escape. Yeah, I recently escaped to the art museum area, and I escaped from South Philly, which is a dumpster. Yeah, I will say this. This is why I think South Philadelphia is a dumpster, because I lived there for 2 years, and I got in 9 car accidents. 9! Yeah, I feel like I'm in an abusive relationship with South Philadelphia. Yeah, by round of applause, how many people in here have actually been in a car accident? By round of applause, have actually been in a car accident, yeah? You ever get out the car and look at the person's car that hit you and look at them and judge based on appearance if they have car insurance? Ever do that before? Right. Like the last girl that hit me, right? I noticed that she was missing like the back half of her car, but even though she T-boned me with the front, which means she's done this before, and I didn't have to ask her what her name was because I can read it on her chest tattoo. But I still had hope. I was like, maybe she has car insurance. So I walk over to her, I was like, hey, do you have car insurance? And she looks at me and she goes, what had happened is... I'm like, son of a bitch, she's got nothing. Damn it, I'm paying for everything. Because no good news has ever followed that phrase, what had happened was. In the history of what had happened was, no good news has followed that phrase. So now I'm angry. I'm like, are you sure? Do you have car insurance? She goes, I was on my way to get some. I was like, bitch, no one has ever said that phrase before. Are you on your way to get some car insurance? So I was like, where were you on your way to get some car insurance? Then she goes, the car insurance factory. I'm like, wow. I was like, is that your final answer? She goes, what is the car insurance factory? I'm like, we're not playing Jeopardy. Do you have car insurance or not? So then, like an idiot, I called the cops, and I didn't know that the cops don't show up for anything in this city. The cops are the laziest people you ever... The Philadelphia cops, they don't show up for anything, right? For those of you who live in the suburbs, I'm so jealous of you. You can call the cops for anything. You can be like, hello, this is a suspicious-looking squirrel to my neighborhood. It's not native to this region. I looked it up in Almanac. It's not supposed to be in this neighborhood. I think it's a terrorist, illegal immigrant squirrel. Please help. You call the cops in the city, 911 acts like you're bothering them. You're like, hello, what? It's like, I'm sorry, my friend is having a seizure. I'll tell him you said to walk it off and be a man. Sorry about that. Yeah. So the cops don't show up. You know who showed up first? Not the cops. You know who showed up? Her uncle on a bicycle. I'm 100% sure that he stole. It was like a 55-year-old guy shows up with a do-rag and a wife beater on a 5-year-old girl's bicycle. It's pink, it's got tassels on the handlebars, there's like a basket, there's like Hello Kitty stickers on it, like she tricked it out herself until he took it from her. So he shows up to the scene, I'm like, hey, who are you? He's like, man, I'm an uncle. And I was like, hey, does your niece or anybody in the family have car insurance? He goes, man, do I know you from somewhere? I was like, that's not what I asked you. He goes, I think I know you from somewhere. I was like, where do you think you know me from? He's like, man, were you a correctional officer at Greater State Prison from 1999 to 2015? And I was like, oh no, I'm about to get shanked and I don't have a car. So now I gotta put my emergency Black Lives Matter hat on real quick. I get back, why? Were you locked up unfairly, unjustly by a systematic system of oppression that's been oppressing the black man for over 300 years since a modern day slavery system, which is a prison system, brother. You know what I'm saying? And he goes, man, what had happened I'm like, son of a bitch. Hate this entire family. I made a huge mistake. I tried to give back to the community. Ever done that before? Try to give back to the community? Yeah? Another idiot over here? Yeah. Yeah, I made a huge mistake. I tried to mentor the worst kids from the Philadelphia juvenile system. I volunteered to do that. Yeah, and it was like a lockup and it was a school at the same time, all right? So these kids are sentenced there, but it's a school to educate them at the same time. So basically, it was like Hogwarts for thugs. That's basically where I went. And I didn't know all these kids care about is your shoes, your car, and how many girlfriends you have. I didn't know that. So the first day I walked in, I made a huge mistake. I showed up to the first day of work to mentor these kids wearing Skechers, which was a horrible mistake. Yeah, because as soon as I walk in, the kids look at my shoes and they go, yo! Look at this dude's shoes! What are you wearing, Mr. Dave? That's why you gotta work here part-time, broke-ass Mr. Dave. Because you can't afford those shoes, broke-ass, poor-ass Mr. Dave. With your whack-ass shoes, Mr. Dave. Where'd you get your shoes from, Mr. Dave? Walmart, Goodwill, Kmart, Foreman Mills, Foreman Mills. And the more I tried to defend myself, the worse it got. I was like, hey, I got these shoes on sale. I was like, yo, he said he got them on sale. I was like, I had a coupon. I was like, yo, he said he had a coupon. I was like, my grandmother gave me that coupon. I was like, yo, he said his grandmother gave him that coupon. These kids are tearing me a new asshole at this point, you know? But here's the thing. They don't know I do comedy, right? So they don't know what's about to happen to them. And keep in mind, they're locking up this place, right? They're sentenced to this place, so they can't leave. So I was like, hey, you know what these shoes get to do? They're like, what's that, Mr. Dave? Get no bitches? And I said, no, they get to go home. Yeah, it's messed up, Mr. Dave. We're locked up here. I was like, yeah, well, maybe you should go tell your dad to try to fight me if you had one. I was like, I'm fired? Okay, I'm fired. All right, I'm fired. Anybody racist in here? Round of applause, racist? Yeah, some lying bastards in here. Someone's really nervous right now. I almost let out a yeehaw. I almost fell for that one. Almost outed myself. Here's one thing I've learned about relationships, people, is that women are mean. Yeah. A lot of people have been together in the front row for a long time, probably. Yeah, for all you new couples in here, guys, listen up, women are mean. Yeah, if you get into an argument with your girl, remember they do not fight by fair rules. Guys, we have fair rules of engagement, you know? Like, sir, if you and I are friends, you'd be like, you fat Donovan McNabb looking bitch, right? And I'd be like, shut up, you Hagrid asshole. You know what I'm saying? Like, fair rules of engagement. The same level playing field. I didn't know that if you throw a grenade at a woman, she will hit every nuclear missile button to go against you, right? I didn't know that women fight like that. So I had an argument with a girlfriend, and she came back at me, and I had to try not to cry afterwards. Because I wasn't prepared for her retaliation, you know? So I started off way too weak. Threw like a softball over the plate. And I was like, yeah, you know what, you're stupid. And she's like, stupid? You mean the type of stupid where you go to college for 4 years and you get a bachelor's degree, but you don't like it that much, so you try your hand at stand-up comedy and you look up an open mic night, right? And then you find an open mic night on a Wednesday night, and you get there like really early, like 3 hours before they open, at like 5 p.m. You're like number one in line for 3 hours, and then right before the doors open at 7:55 p.m., all the veteran comics come and they cut in front of you, but you're too much of a pussy to say anything about it. Yeah. So now you're number 45 in line that night, right? And then you go on at 1:30 in the morning on a Wednesday night, and no one's even left to hear your crappy ass jokes. Only person left is a guy who's passed out in the corner from heroin. And then you learn your lesson. No, you go back again and again every Wednesday night for 5 years. And then, ooh, you're number 7. You're performing at a bar show. All famous comedians perform at Irish pubs. No, they don't, right? And you think you have 10 minutes this time, but you cut your time down to 5 minutes because there's a Blink-182 cover band that's coming on more important than you called Wink-183. Then you think you're gonna get paid for the first time, but no one came to your crappy ass show, so there was money to pay you, so you go home with some Fiji bottle and some pretzels. You mean that type of stupid? And I can't think of a proper comeback, and I gotta try not to cry at the same time. So the only comeback I had was, oh yeah, what had happened is... That is my time. Enjoy the rest of the show. Thank you, good night.